Peace, family. Let me address this nonsensical argument that's going around on social media saying that only weak men will vote for Kamala Harris. And let me be clear I am not a weak man, but I will be voting for Kamala Harris come election time. Now, to the rest of this nonsense. When do we start associating women to weakness? Any man that does that obviously has no idea what childbirth is like, what a woman actually goes through to bring life into this world. If it wasn't for these so-called weak women that's not strong enough to lead, it wouldn't be a nation of people here in the first place. We all have came from women. And now to sit up here and look at what a woman go through to birth nations, the pain that she elect to go through. I knew women in my younger days that gave birth to 10 to 13, 15 kids. And most of them was out anesthesia. And you want to call these women weak? It's women right now in some form of deep regret because they were unable in their lifetime to have children. I wouldn't be sitting where I'm at today if it wasn't for a strong black woman giving birth to me. And when when my mother was in the hospital, she had a problem birth with me. They had to do an x-ray from the neck down to the pelvis just to locate me. And they gave her two options. We can do this surgery in a manner to protect the woman, or we can do this surgery in a manner to protect the child. What do you choose? My mother chose to do the surgery to protect the child. My father, who was there, he overrode that decision. He wanted to protect his wife, and I fully understand his position. And thankfully, we both made it through it okay. But here my mother was in the pain of giving birth, electing to be in more pain to do the surgery to protect the child. Tell me how many of you strong men will opt to do that. You won't even raise the children that you bring into the world right now, and ain't none of them slipping from between your legs. When you ask them why aren't you in the homes with them, it's not the father that's keeping you away. It's not the brothers. It's not the uncles. It's the woman. You got a woman that's stopping you, the man, from being a father, and that's absolutely ridiculous. I heard a guy talking about some. Why didn't you make the relationship work? Well, what happened? He gonna say she wouldn't let me be a man. Well, if a woman is strong enough to keep you from being a man, then that woman's strong enough to be president of the United States. You know, when you hear Kevin Durant and all these CEOs thanking their mother, right after they thank God, they thank their mother for putting up with all the things they had to do, work two jobs, come home, cook, clean, keep a roof over their head, food in their belly, clothes on their back, all by themselves. Don't nobody question what these people are saying about their mother. Kevin Durant sat up there on national TV, thanked his mother, said that she's the real MVP for what she had to put up with. Not that nonsense he was doing on the court, but the real work, raising these children by herself. And it put me in the mindset of good times when the episode where the gang was trying to force Michael to be a part of them, and Florida went down there by herself to get her baby out of there, and she went and she challenged them gang leaders. And when she picked up that baseball bat and told that guy, "I will break every bone in your body if you put a hand on my baby." I can't watch that episode now without it bringing a tear to my eye. And you're gonna tell me that these single mothers that's over here fighting with these gangs to keep their kids out of it, and now they strong enough to fight gangs. They're strong enough to fight these world leaders. Can you imagine having the Florida Evans elected as president of the United States to serve over the country to protect and safeguard the lives of her babies? And you're gonna sit up here and let somebody put a notion in your head that a black woman is not strong enough? Show me one black woman that, you know, I'm not. Allow me to put some substance to this argument. I'm from Detroit. I spent about 7 years working in a pharmaceutical company called Carico. It was owned by Indians. They revered Queen Elizabeth. They loved her. You know, England had ownership over India. When you spoke about Princess Diana, they loved her. They said that she was the example of what a woman should be. World leaders have been respecting females for years. There is not one world leader, Russia, Germany, China, whoever. If the queen said, offered invitation, it's not one of them that would turn it down. So if these world leaders are able to behave themselves with the queen and every other female leader, they'll behave themselves when Kamala Harris get there. How do you put Kamala Harris as weak and incapable? She's the mother of all civilizations. All civilizations come from a black woman. So if anybody beneath her is strong enough, then definitely she has to be strong enough. You know, let me end this discussion by saying this. If you struggling during this election season to try to choose between voting for a female and a felon, a prosecutor and a convict, someone who dedicated their lives to upholding the law, and somebody dedicated their lives to undercutting the law, if you having a conflict trying to decide on who to vote for, then just do yourself a favor. Take a load off your back. Vote for Kamala Harris for president, because you was never strong enough to make this decision in the first place.